Hello everybody and welcome to your 5th Wiremod tutorial, and sorry for the delay of this tutorial. My internet's been a little spotty. It's exam week for high school, so that is my reason or excuse or whatever you want to call it. But I'm back with a tutorial on how to make tracking slash GPS kind of thing that people requested in the comments. So here's an example of one. I have a ragdoll kind of thing saved here. And what's neat about this is if we update the target finder on it, and we take a NPC, and let's spawn Father Gregory, and we'll move him right there. Stay there. Can I freeze him? No, I can't freeze him. Okay. And we unfreeze this. Now watch the magic. I just hit my magic key and it goes right to him and it'll follow him, and then once it has a target it just kind of spazzes out. But if I spawn him again, wherever the ragdoll went, I'm not quite sure where it went. That's one issue that you can run into, is if it goes inside, you can get caught on a wall. I'm not even sure where the heck that thing went. Where'd it go? Nonetheless, that is what we're going to be doing, so I'll do the tutorial right here. Okay, so to start this off, all you're going to want to do is spawn a 4x4 cube. Now we're just going to use a 4x4 cube just for basic stuff. Then you're going to want to go under wire and get your vector thruster out. Now what a vector thruster does is it pretty much takes in coordinates and then excels, or how would I say this, goes towards whatever coordinates it's given. So for the settings or the properties of the vector thruster itself, you're going to want bidirectional. You can make it work in and out of water if you'd like. Turn the force multiplier up to 1,000 or however fast you want it. Change the mode to XYZ world. Now once you have that, you're just going to place it. Now this isn't going to be perfect, so I'll just place it there, and now you notice you can't move your mouse, and you do see the thruster spinning around, and now the arrow or the dial is off to the side. You don't want that. What you want to do is you want to click, and then without moving your mouse, click again. And I know it's off to the side again, but you know, that's what you want. You just want to click twice really fast. Now we're going to need to give this vector thruster some coordinates. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a where is it? What am I looking for here? Target finder. There we go. And you can check any of the boxes accordingly. I have it to target NPCs, not players, because, well, there are no players on the server at the moment. So I'm just going to place a target finder right there. And when you go to link these two together, you'll notice that you can't, I'm sorry, you go to X, you can't link XYZ coordinates. It just only gives you the letter or the number 1. So we need to convert this target finder into coordinates XYZ. So what you're going to do is you're going to get a beacon sensor, and that's right here, and it's the little hula doll, and just put that down. And now you should have these 3 components. Now all you're going to do is you're going to need a GPS. Now what the GPS is for is it tells where this cube is on the world right now, and then you're going to want it to subtract it from the, oops, I just put 2 down, and you're going to want to subtract it from the position of the target. So for that, you're just going to need 3 subtract chips. So you're just going to go under gates. Now this is confusing, and it's still a little confusing to me, but I'll do my best to explain it. You're going to want to go to comparison gates, less than, or no, what am I saying? You're going to want to go to arithmetic gates, and you're going to want to do subtract. And you're going to have 3. Now why 3? You need one for X, you need one for Y, and you need one for Z. Now once you have those 3, all you're going to do is you're going to start getting your wire tool out. Now, if I can click on it. The first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want, well, first before I start, notice how these chips work, these subtract chips. It's A and B, A and B, A and B. You see that it's A minus B equals 0, A minus B equals 0. And it doesn't look like the one on the far left updated, so let me fix that real quick. Alright, well, hopefully that still works. But all you're going to do is you want to remember that A is the position of whatever is going to be flying, such as this cube. So A is the cube in this example, or the GPS. So you're going to want to link A, and I know it's confusing, but this is the GPS if you look over it, and this is the thruster. They look the same, but you notice that these have coordinates. So we're linking the X chip to the X, Y chip to the Y, and Z chip to the Z. And remember, that's all A. So what essentially this does is, okay, here's the GPS. It has its coordinates of the cube, or wherever it is. So let's put that in for the X chip as value A, the Y chip for value A, and the Z chip for value A. Now what you're going to want to do is get this target finder to output X, Y, and Z coordinates. So what you're going to do is you're going to click on the beacon sensor, and it says target. So what do you want the target to be? Well, you want the target to be whatever the target finder finds. So there you go. So whatever this target finder finds now is sent to this beacon sensor, and you can see now it has 3 coordinates up there. I don't know if you can make those out, but those are going to be linked to the B. So B is going to go to X, and remember, you want the same chips. So we made this one the X, Y, and Z. So X, and I already linked it. Then B is going to go to the Y. B is going to go to the Z. So what we have here is we have the 3 coordinates from the GPS as A on each chip, and the 3 coordinates from the beacon sensor as B. So you're pretty much subtracting the coordinates of your cube from the coordinates of the player, whatever you're targeting. Now with that number, or those coordinates, you're going to want to link those to the vector thruster. So remember what chips is your X, Y, and Z. You're just going to go X to here, Y to here, and Z to here. And I don't know why that's on. It shouldn't be on. But nonetheless, now you're going to want to spawn a number pad, if I can find that right here, numpad input. Now you're going to want to click key, and whatever key you press is going to set that as the enable key. So we're going to be able to toggle this cube on and off. So I'm going to make mine just the 0 button on the numpad. And all you're going to do is place that somewhere. Now what this essentially does is when you hit 0, it sends out a 1, and when you don't hit 0, it sends out a 0. So you're going to actually want toggle checked. I forgot to tell you that. That way you can turn it on and off. You don't have to constantly hold it down. Now what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to link the mole of the vector thruster to the output of this, and you see it turned off. So when I hit my designated key, my 0 on the numpad, it turns on, off, on, off, on, off, on, off, on, off, on, off, that kind of thing. So now that we have, hello shotgun, now that we have this cube, we are ready for action. So we can go ahead and bring this cube out and test it out. So I'll just throw that down there. And then I'll spawn an NPC, and let's see if it works. And it does. And we can even spawn a crow, and it'll go to the crow. We can spawn a seagull. I don't even know where the seagull went. Let's try there. And as you see, it just goes after any NPC. It just like follows it around pretty much. If I were to put a that's a really big zombie here. Actually, that's not even important, but nonetheless, it works. Put one of these zombies down. Here, let me move this guy out of the way. Where'd he go? Yeah, see, so it just constantly keeps targeting, and then if you ever want it to stop, like let's say it's going towards the head crab, and okay, it already killed it, but you can get a look at how fast that really is. But it's going towards there, and it's attacking me. Protect me, cube. And you want it to stop, you just hit that button again, and you can see that it just goes idle. And if you ever want to turn it on again, you just hit the key again, and you go right to it. So, that is the tutorial for today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it and got some of it. I'll do a quick refresher real quick, just so I don't leave you guys too confused. If you are, and if you're not, then congratulations, you are awesome. And if you are confused, don't worry, because I was confused until 2 days after actually figuring out how this works. But again, target finder is pretty much useless unless it's given coordinates, or unless it gives out coordinates. Now, think of this little, let's call her the dashboard girl. Let's do that. Unless it's this dashboard girl, pretty much is all it does is it takes this target finder and it converts it into coordinates. So really you could look at this as one thing. Then you want those coordinates as B on these subtract chips. And you want the GPS's coordinates right here on A. So it pretty much subtracts the coordinates of the GPS from the coordinate of the target. And then that number is then forwarded to the vector thruster, and it's like, oh, okay, that's where I need to go, and it will go towards that. Now all this is for is that's just to enable it and disable it. And again, that's just linked to the MUL of the vector thruster. And just to test that it works one more time, we'll put a let's put one of those zombies. And you hit 0, and it fires head crabs at me. I was unaware. Okay. Protect me, cube, but you get the point. It follows, it works, and it's awesome. Rate, comment, subscribe, like, do all that jazz, and thank you for watching.